All right. I think we are live. And I'm going to press record so that it'll also be the moment. Hey, oh, hey, it's me, Jalisa, the Golden Child. This is my very first episode. I was supposed to do this last week, but I literally just um made a decision to get myself together and get on here because today was a big day. A lot of things happened today, and I'm like, look, today there's there's no better day than today. It is 8:30 p.m. my time. If you're on my YouTube, you are watching this live right now. I'm trying to go to my YouTube page so that I can make sure that it is actually streaming, but just know that the best is yet to come and that this is only the beginning. I am super duper excited about all of the things that God has been doing in my life. And as you can see, my 30-day calm life planner is on Amazon now. Like, I'm super duper grateful. But before that, let me do my introduction to not only me, my new brand, but this podcast that I've started. So, Freedom Fridays with Jalisa the Golden Child was birthed from just divine synchronicities. And one day I literally used the Dailyo journal and is it Dailyo? Day one journal. And I was like, yeah, going through my year, what is it? It gives you like a recap of the journal entries that you did from years prior on that very day. It's called On This Day. And a journal entry from 5 years ago, God told me to do a podcast. And I started my podcast and I was very inconsistent and didn't show up. And I only have like a couple of episodes on Apple. And I have been in this place of just asking God, like, what is it that I'm doing? What is it that I'm not doing that you've told me to do? And this was something that my coach, Elaine, talked about as well. And that podcast thing came up again, and he gave me the name Freedom Fridays with Jalisa the Golden Child. I recently went through a complete rebrand from the Holistic Health Plug to Jalisa the Golden Child. And in this transition, God has moved and shifted things for me, in me, around me in so many ways. And I just want to give a disclaimer before I even continue this. I'm a breastfeeding mom of a toddler. So you're gonna probably see me in bra strap. Like you're gonna see my bra straps majority of the time. Just wanted to give that disclaimer unless y'all like, she not dressed. Like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have three toddlers, four, three, and two now, and my 2 year old is still breastfeeding. So what you're gonna get from this podcast is the real. You're gonna get stories, you're gonna get experiences, you're gonna get wisdom and knowledge, you're gonna get the spiritual, you're gonna get the authentic, you're gonna get anything that God gives me, or I call him Yahuwah. Anything that Yahuwah gives me to give to you will be here in this space. It might seem like it's all over the place. It might seem like there's no niche or no consistency. Well, there will hopefully be consistency because my plan is to do this every Friday and just come on here and share what God has given me. And this was really just the introduction of me showing up for myself, me showing up for you all, and being able to share the things that God has placed on my heart. And today was a major, major day, not only for me, but around the world, because I attended, today was my son's, here come my 2 year old. So you see him pulling on me, he ready to nurse. But today I had this experience, and it was sort of like this out of body experience where My truck is a 2002. It's a 2002, and I've had a lot of problems with it recently with the battery, the alternator, all those things. And today there was actually an earthquake in the it started in New Jersey. And stop, okay, stop. It started in New Jersey, and we felt it here in Maryland, and people felt it all the way to Connecticut. And but before it even happened, God was like working on me with some things. I just felt so much heavy energy, and it was like that earthquake shook it up and shook it out. In addition to like me being intentional about um listening to positive music. Atira, stop, please. I'm recording something and I'm actually live. Stop, please. Close my door if you're going to keep making that noise. What's the problem? There's a bathroom downstairs. There's a bathroom in Nana's room. Tony, Tony, go in Nana's bathroom. Why did you go in there knowing she had to go potty? Go in Nana's bathroom, please. And for those that don't know, I'm a single mom. I have a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 2-year-old. I'm Jalisa, the golden child. And I'm here in Glen Burnie, Maryland. I am on a mission to really and truly empower others to know and understand that not only am I the golden child, but you are the golden child as well. And you have limitless capabilities and limitless possibilities for yourself and your life, and you don't have to settle in any way in any area of your life. So that is not currently what I've been working towards, but more recently shifting back to something that I had walked away from as well, with supporting people with their financial journey and with their building generational wealth. I'm a first generation, a lot of things, first generation college student, first generation female woman minister, um first generation wealthy builder, and I will be the first millionaire and billionaire in my family. You heard it here first. um, but I believe that being first generation, we are literally winging it, and we don't always have the support and the accountability and just the to be seen as we are and understood. We can be very misunderstood because we're trailblazers. We're doing things that are not the norm for our family, not the norm for, our ancestors. So just being able to build a community, a safe space for women that are trailblazers, that are first generation wealth builders, that are doing things first in their families and in their communities, to have a support and a space to do that and be seen and heard and loved. So yes, She's Ready Society is something that God gave to me probably last year. But he brought it back to my attention. So I'm being obedient this time with a lot of things with this podcast. The planner was an immediate obedient thing. As he gave me the idea, I used ChatGPT to kind of help me flesh it out. I already knew what he wanted me to do. I had the calm method already. He gave me that in the shower, literally, in November of last year. So, and I did a master class, which is also available for sale on the calm method if you want more information about that. But just being able to live a life as a single mom, as three fathers, getting things thrown at her, and still remain calm like I did today when I was on my way out to take my kids to a field trip, and my truck would not start. I started this conversation, but understand and know that my thoughts are not cohesive. They're not linear. So if you're looking for a YouTuber or a podcast that is linear and is going to talk about one thing and stay there, this ain't the place for you because that's not how my brain works. Um, and as I talk more about human design, you'll be able to understand where that comes from. It's by design. It's how God designed me. It's how God designed me to think. And if you think like that, there's nothing wrong with you either. So my truck, yes, my truck. So I go outside, and like I said, I've been having issues with my truck and spending a bunch of money to get it fixed, and having to keep taking it back, it breaking down, whatever case may be. And today, we had an earthquake, and something told me like something was going to happen with my truck. And I go outside and I turn it on, and the lights come on, but it doesn't turn all the way over. And I'm like, Dad, I literally had already gotten all my kids in the car, buckled in, ready to go, and it would not start. But I'm like, there's juice in the battery. So let me see. And I'm just listening. I'm sitting there. I was about to call some people. I was about to call um my insurance company to have them send me a tow truck. But I'm like, no. Something told me, like, no, don't don't do that. So I literally just pumped the gas pedal. I pumped the brake pedal first, and then I pumped the gas pedal, and it turned over. And at first, it wouldn't go into drive. And so I'm just listening. I'm sitting there, and eventually it went into drive. And the flesh part of me was like, girl, don't drive this truck. You in the truck with your car, with all your kids, y'all gonna break down. But something just told me to go ahead and go. Don't know why, but we ended up getting like maybe 2 minutes away, and my truck started acting funny again. Wouldn't accelerate. It wouldn't accelerate. But I'm just praying and still staying positive because God prepares me for things. And if I'm obedient and listen, I'm able to be very calm, very calm about things and situations that arise. And I believe that my energy in that moment, my calm energy, my positive energy, the prayers of me and my mom, okay, because my mom was praying, I was texting her as everything was happening. It literally just made it so we were able to get there. And even when, my kids did what had their experience, they got to paint, they got to eat, they got to meet with new friends. And um I'm very intentional about making sure that my kids still get these experiences regardless of what's happening. And although my kids know, like, mommy's truck wasn't working and they're telling the people, I wasn't embarrassed, I wasn't upset. It was just like life happens, but we're here, and I'm smiling and I'm positive and I'm still, happy because I know as I was talking to my kids, they're like, mommy, your truck wasn't working. I'm like, but as we left out, we get there, we get to the truck, buckle them in again, and it won't start. So I do the same thing I did at home, pumped it up, it turned over, but it wouldn't go into drive. So I'm looking on YouTube, trying to find some stuff, but I eventually just sat and I'm texting my mom, letting her know what happened. And literally, like within moments, I know she was praying because she's like, my grandbaby's out there, my daughter out there. So it goes into drive and it's accelerating regularly. And my son is like, mommy, your truck is working. I'm like, yeah, God always works it out. He always works it out. No matter what has happened in my life, no matter what I've experienced, it's always worked out. I can literally look back at my life and see and realize that I've overcome 100% of the obstacles that I faced. I've been able to survive 100% of my worst days, and I'm still here to testify. I'm still here to share. I'm still here to be obedient to what Yahuwah is telling me to do and showing me to do in order to be able to spread the love that He's given me. There's so much more to that because even in loving myself, understanding myself, and knowing myself, which is a whole nother conversation that I've learned through human design. I've become closer. I become more spiritually aligned. I've become closer to Yahuwah. I've become closer to who He called and created me to be. But even this experience, even 3 months ago, had I had this experience, I probably would have had a meltdown. But this time, I was able to stay positive I was able to stay calm and hear my inner guidance and see what it is that I was supposed to be doing, what I was supposed to be sharing. Hopefully, y'all can hear this. Yes, baby. Okay. 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 Um, but it's a testament to what God is doing. But I realized like a message that he gave me, or maybe it was just my own self-centeredness. It was like God sent that earthquake for me to shake me up and put out into the world what he's given me through this planner, through the podcast, through all the things, the gifts and talents that he's given me. So it shook me up and reminded me that at any moment life could be over and that things can shift in an instant. So I'm just being obedient. I'm showing up for you here in this podcast. I will probably have guests coming on talking about different topics. But for now it's just me and my munchkin. Um but I just wanted to come in here and share, do an introduction. The other episodes I'm gonna keep short if it's just me. I'm trying to keep them to 15 to 30 minutes. If it's a guest, but if it's just me, usually it'll just be 15 minutes. I'll come in and share a message or on the topic for the month. And this month's topic is financial faith and generational wealth. Guys, please stop. So I was talking a bit about that throughout the month. I do have a blog where I'll be doing a blog post about it as well. My website is jalisahadi.com. I did some revamping with the rebrand, but there are still some things. I just had a consultation with the web designer, some things that I'm going to shift and improve on with my website as time goes on. But stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned. Out. Like I said, I'll be sharing stories. Y'all, I was on Facebook dating. I've never been on a dating app since my face. I mean, that wasn't necessarily a dating app, but I've met guys that I still know to this day on my face. But it was a different experience back in the day than it is now. So I got on Facebook dating and I had some very unsettling, unsavory, very just ugh, experiences. So after 2 days, 1.5 days actually, I deleted my profile and I'm no longer interested in online uh dating apps because yeah. So I was just telling my friend the other day, I'm like, look, I'm gonna need God to just, drop my man off at the door, like a stork, deliver him to me. So, not trying to be outside either. But if you leave me to somewhere to meet someone, then so be it. If not, I am learning to be content as a single mom and being satisfied in him. So, yeah, this is just episode one. My intention, my plan is to show up every Friday for at least 15 to 20 minutes to share what God puts on my heart. It might be a story, it might be, on the topic of the month, but we will see. I am super duper excited about this opportunity, about this journey of obedience and being true and alignment with what He's given me. Even though it as a planner came about, I'll put the link in the description for the planner. It is on Amazon, the 30-day Calm Life Planner by Jalisa Hardy. Um, yeah, if you want to have a more peaceful and calm life and experience life with more resilience and just the ability to adapt even in challenging times, get your calm life planner because it's time for us to no longer be no longer have our emotions and even our outer circumstances be in the driver's seat of our lives. No matter what happens, we are the essence and how God created us. We are whole and complete and lacking nothing. We are spirit first. So whatever happens in the physical realm is a facade, but that's a whole nother conversation. If it's not love, then it's not true. So if we move through situations, I understand that there are messages and lessons to get from them. And even if it's just to listen and be obedient, even if it's just to build the faith, then that's what it is about. But it's not for us to stay stuck or be defined by our experiences, but defined by things that happen to us that are undesirable. So I've said a whole lot, but I hope that you all continue to come with me on this journey of exploring what freedom gets to look like, what it gets to feel like, what it gets to be like for us. Um, I'm doing this on my phone. I have a laptop that I might be using to do it, but sometimes the bandwidth just doesn't cooperate. So one thing, my phone, live stream from the shout out to the practice for that. I'll be sharing other things, other opportunities. I do have an event coming up called By God's Design. If you're watching this live, the event is on April 19th, 2024 at 6 p.m. Eastern, and we'll continue to dive deeper into just truly understanding how God designed us and how He provides people with peace, calm, and I like to say peace over everything. Um, so, thank you those that are watching. Like it, comment, subscribe, and share it with friends. Because I think that this makes a difference with us. I think these are things that other people can do with us. And doing it for tuning in, thank you for sharing, thank you for your patience. Like, I'm not about to be on makeup. I don't wear makeup anymore. I literally just took a nap, woke up from a nap, so my face is covered. My kids will be in the background. My hair might not be done, but I'm not on to this purpose. I'm not on this straight spectrum. Which, in essence, here, I am, but I am not on to this. So, yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all the things. And stay tuned for next week. It may or may not be same time, but right, as long as I feel, that it is aligned, I'll be here to record and live stream my side. Freedom Fridays and release the Golden Side. So that is all I have this morning. Say I love you. Try to use a good copy of the Commerce Planner. And I do. Thank you. Right? My plan. Okay. I love you. Um, release the Golden Side and this is that in your copy. And you'll get specific to by God's design. Oh, yeah. Check the description for the that if the description to by God's design. And that's it. Okay, I love y'all. I'll see y'all on Friday. Peace.